6 hours sleep. I'm okay. I could use another hour, but because of my schedule, doing online classes, I'm an educator. I stay up to like 10:30, 11 o'clock, sometimes 12. It's hard to fall asleep. It takes about an hour. We're all on our phone, we're looking at videos. So, we got to kind of simmer down. But you guys are high school students. You're trying to finish that paper. Okay, you're trying to do that project. You got a presentation tomorrow. So it's a lot more serious. You got a job, right? So there are demands on you. And if you don't show up to your job, you're going to lose your job. And if you miss a day at school, then that could cause you harm. You got to explain to your parents. Fatigue impairs your sense and abilities. You're tired. You can't hold the steering wheel as comfortable. You can't focus. Fatigue also, you may not see objects clearly in a timely fashion. If you stay up over 24 hours, you're going to be very sluggish. You're going to be falling asleep in first and second hour because I'm an educator. I see it all the time. Number 4, may miss critical information, lights, signs, sounds. Okay, we want you to be around a long time. The reality is your age group tends to die in their car. Accidents, because your car is your life. After school, you're in a car. In the morning, you're in a car. On the way to work, you're in your car. On the way to a game, you're in your car. Your team goes to the regionals, you're driving in your car. Your team goes to the States. If you can get there, you're going across the state. You're driving in your car. Spring break, you're going down to Florida. You're driving in your car. Okay? It's all good. Thank you. Learn. You're driving in your car. So good evening. You need to really focus. It's okay to get out of your car, get some fresh air. Okay, maybe you and your parent are going through something. Hey, I'm gonna pick you up. Let's go over to the school parking lot and chill. So your car is your second home. And it happens for teens like that a lot, or first-time drivers. It's peaceful. You can talk on the phone. You can relax. You can do your homework. It's private. It's quiet. And that's a beautiful thing. And a lot of people will never experience that because they don't know how to drive. Okay? Drowsy driving is one of the leading causes of traffic collisions. The NHTSA estimates that 100,000 police reported crashes are a result of drowsy driving. Okay? So you've got to get your rest. But you probably saying, I'm all grown up. You don't need to tell me. Okay. Drowsy driving. Who is most at risk? Drivers who are sleep deprived. You are sleep deprived. Drivers driving long distances. You're not really driving long distances. You're driving 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 12 minutes to your house. None of you live half an hour away. None of you live an hour away. So that's more on an adult driver like me. Okay? Taking medications that can increase sleepiness. Sometimes adults have to do medications. Very few times people under 24, 25, 26 are on medications. Okay, you could be on an antidepressant, you can be on a Ritalin, some other type of medication to keep you alert, but they do impact you. Okay, driving long, rural, boring roads. That's not you. Okay, again, you're driving 20 minutes, you're driving a half an hour. Drivers with undiagnosed, unrelated sleep disorders. That's not really you because you're young. Someone in their late 20s, early 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s have sleep apnea. So you're really not getting a deep, deep, deep sleep. Most of you don't snore really loud. If you do, there is a problem. Young drivers, that's you. You stay up all night. I'm going to play video games to 12 o'clock. I'm going to win 10 rounds. Oh man, I forgot to do my essay. Let me do research, ChatGTP, DeepSeek, Gronk, okay? But then your teacher runs you through the AI scanner and you lie and get busted and you got to do it over. Commercial truck drivers, stay away from commercial truck drivers. They're tired. They're trying to make that money. Get away from them. Okay, warning signs of fatigue, difficulty focusing, frequent blinking, or heavy eyelids. That's some of you in the morning. Some of you are going to be tired now because I'm looking at your face. Yawning and repeatedly rubbing your eyes. Daydreaming. Some of you daydream. Wandering, disconnected from thoughts. I'm crispy. I'm alert. I'm ready. trouble remembering the last few miles. That's when you know you're in trouble, because you're just kind of zoned in, zoned out, zoned in, zoned out, and then you crash and you don't even know it. Missing an exit or traffic signs. I've seen drivers do this before because I'm an instructor, so I look at driver behavior. Trouble keeping your head up. Many of you do this in school. You momentarily put your head down, okay? Drifting in your lane, I do see that occasionally. Following too close or hitting a shoulder or rumble strip, that can happen. Feeling restless, okay? If you notice any of these signs, stop driving and go to sleep. Take a 15 to 20-minute power nap. That'll get you refreshed. Preventing drowsiness before a trip, get adequate sleep. You won't do that. You go into Cedar Point. You're going to Chicago. You're driving to Florida. Okay? You're going to go see your aunt in Iowa. Okay? You're going to scoop up your friend. Bro, let's go. I'm going to drive Friday night. We'll get there early Saturday morning, 3 or 4 in the morning. Are you good to go? You look sleepy. I'm okay. I took a Monster Energy drink. Okay? A little risky there. So you need 8 to 9 hours. I saw a study. Most teens are getting barely 7, maybe 6, because you're staying up to 12 o'clock midnight. You got straight A's. You have to keep straight A's. You're trying to get a scholarship. Prepare routes carefully. Identify total distance. Do some research. Plan it out. Find some rest stops. Okay, find some points to get out and stretch your legs. Drive with the passenger. If you're a young driver, have your friend, man, come on, let's go. Okay, bro, where are we going? We're going to Indiana. What? We're going to Iowa. My uncle has got a car there for me. I'm going to drive there. You drive it back. I'll pay you $100. Let's go. Okay, you got good friends like that. Avoid medications that cause drowsiness. Protect yourself from glare, eye strain, got to wear sunglasses, avoid eating heavy foods, be aware of downtime during the day. That could be that 9:30, 10:30 in the morning. That could be that 1:30 to 3:30. You're tired. Have another person ride with you. I already talked about that. Take turns driving if you trust a friend. Take periodic breaks. You're not going to do that. You're going to blow straight through. Stop driving and get some rest, take a quick nap. If I feel tired, I'm doing that. Consume caffeine, regular coffee's fine, can increase awareness for a few hours, but don't drink too much. It will eventually wear off. And if you're relying on caffeine, you're going to be twice as tired. Please type in what I just talked about. I'm not done yet. Type in what I talked about. Put in some questions. Okay? I don't have much more. Yeah, I don't have much more. Okay? I do not have much more. Put in some questions. Okay? We talked about fatigue. Talked about who's at risk. Okay, we talk about having someone share. If it's a 6-hour drive, you drive 3, your friend drives 3. Keep one eye on them though. I'm trying to rest, but you are a little nervous driving, so you really can't sleep. I never could really sleep in the car because it always feels like, I wake up and I'm like getting ready to hit a truck. It's really scary when you're trying to sleep in the car because you don't know if you're just asleep and you pull it over or you're falling asleep driving. That's like scary, okay? So if you've taken that deep drive, which you guys will, if you drive long enough, many of you that's driven an hour. Well, you haven't driven a deep drive. Okay, you haven't been to Atlanta, Georgia. You haven't been to New York. Okay, you haven't been to Tennessee, right? Hey, we gotta go tonight. My brother is not well. He's in the hospital. Dad, can I drive? No, you drive too slow. And you can't keep the car straight. Come on, Dad. No. Because your dad or mom want to get there. It's quicker for them to drive than fly. Or you got to drive to the airport and they got to get on the flight at 7:45 and it's 6:54. And you can't keep your speed up. So they're going to have your older sister drive and you're going to get mad. I'm telling you real life. Drop me off at the door. Pick me up Sunday morning at 5. Okay? Yeah, we're going to look at these questions. Where's the best place on a long drive to stop? Okay, they have areas called rest stops. They're every 75 or 100 miles. They're well lit. There's security cameras. There's a vending machine. You can get a nice cup of coffee, some chicken noodles. They got vending machines, clean bathrooms. They have an area for people with their dogs. They can walk their dogs. You won't see creeps rolling up on you. I'm keeping it real with you. But in between that 100 miles, that's where it gets tough. It's fun the first 100 or 200 or 300, but you got 500 miles. And you're supposed to drive at 70, but you're driving at 60. Then you drive at 65. Then you drive at 70. Then you drive at 75. Then you drive at 65. Then you drive at 80. You see where I'm going with this? You're already getting tired and you don't know it. Getting too much caffeine? Yes. Look, caffeine is a drug. It's a stimulant. It's going to increase everything in your system, but eventually you will crash, right? Bye. You already told me. It's all good, Ken and Jean. Okay. Do what you do. I'm here. Okay. Thank you. So I would do a couple of cups of coffee. I wouldn't do an energy drink because you're going to be over the limit and it's going to give you a headache. It's going to give you it's going to increase your blood pressure. It's going to make you feel kind of jittery and nervous. I don't like feeling like that, but some of you do because you do an energy drink every morning or you do an energy drink every other day. And that stuff is really bad for you. It's going to increase your heart rate, increase your blood pressure. So you know about that because you're high school students. I would drink a nice cup of coffee, stretch it out over half an hour, get a water in the car. You want to get heat into your body. You want to be chewing something to get that warm feeling and that alert feeling. And then if you're tired, get out, get some cold air, walk around a few minutes, stretch your legs, breathe, walk around some more. Then when you feel good, get back into the car. I would kind of have the window open a little bit. Don't have it warm because you're going to fall asleep. We haven't even talked about toll roads. Guys, New York, Ohio, Indiana, Pennsylvania, certain areas have toll roads. You have to pay money. Texas. So you're like, toll road, you have to pay money. They'll charge you to go onto a road. You can have cash, but you guys don't carry cash anymore. You got to have a debitor. Well, I only have $10. Well, I guess you won't make it. Well, I filled up my car with gas. I guess you won't make it. It's always going to be more gas. What if you get hungry? What if you have a flat tire? Why do you have to ruin my dream? It's reality. You can have a new tires and you can run over a piece of metal and cut your tire. Okay, your car can stop running. So you have to prepare for those conditions. But as young drivers, you just want to drive. So you got to have more money than you think, but you don't have more money than you think. And now you got to make a decision. I have $150. My mom filled my tank up. She said it's going to take 2 tankfuls, but there's an accident. There's a crash. We had a detour for 25 miles. I got lost, had to go eat, and now you're short. And sometimes debit and credit cards don't work. Real talk. So you got to have extra just in case. I know you don't want to hear it, but I'm just going to preach to you. Treat me like your uncle. Girl, you better have extra. You got extra money? Yeah, uncle, I'm good. You got cash? Yeah, I got 150 cash and 150 on my debit. And I got another credit card that my dad bought me, and he told me not to tell mom. Or my mom gave me a credit card that's got a $1,000 limit, and she said if I need to use for emergencies, use it. Good. Okay? So that's why establishing credit at a young age is so important. But toll road's a whole new game. Okay? Preventing drowsiness. Get sleep. Drive with someone. Ineffective methods. I'm going to tough it out. You're going to tough it out and crash. Play the radio loudly. You're going to fall asleep. Drive at a faster or slower speed. That is dangerous. Driving anxiety. Short trips to your school, back to downtown, come back. And driving anxiety on the interstate is different than driving anxiety driving in your area. On the interstate, everyone's going 70, 80, 90, 100. You got big trucks in the middle lanes locking up at 75 miles an hour. You got two choices. Either go to the left lane and they're doing 75, 85, 90. I'm not condoning that because I'm a state certified instructor. If you drive in the right lane, you got to go slow and you're going to get cut off. So you're going to have to kind of pick up speed, kind of get in front of that semi and not cut it off. And that brings driving anxiety too. In the wintertime, it's even more scary because your car's kind of sliding sideways. You see that truck, someone in a big F-150 is pushing you to go really fast and your car is sliding. Now, a 7-hour trip takes 10 hours. Chew gum, open the windows. Okay. Usually it's not a good idea to sleep in the vehicle on the side of the road. I've done that a couple of times. It's very scary because you're in between a rest stop, you're tired, you're falling asleep. I suggest getting off the road, getting to a gas station under lights, get a sandwich, get something in your system, get another coffee, eat that sandwich, lay back, have that window cracked, and relax for about a half an hour. You will feel recharged. Notice I didn't say energy drink, energy drink, energy drink. If you're living off that, you're not really living, okay? Because you have to keep consuming that energy drink to stay at that level, and that caffeine will eventually wreck your body because you will crash. And I've had drivers, hey, can we stop? And they go get an energy drink. I'm like, that's how you living? That's your life, man. Right? Find a populated area, well lit, Walmart, any grocery store area. You want to be under a well lit area so you can properly rest. Don't go to some dark, creepy place. Stop where security is there, is present. Open your window slightly, but not enough to allow someone in to come in and grab you up. Turn on your parking lights. I'll get to the other questions in a moment. Don't play your radio and have your parking lights on and your car's not running. That's going to drain your battery. And imagine you're 6 hours away, your car's 10 years old, you try to start your car, click, 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 click. You're crying. And you have jumper cables, but you're waiting for a stranger to come and help you. That's scary. So you should buy a battery boost off of, you can go into an auto parts store. You can buy it off of Amazon. You can buy it off of TikTok. You can buy it off of Instagram. Buy those pre-charged battery boosters so you can just boost your own battery. After you rest, walk around the vehicle a few minutes. Don't rest for more than 20 minutes. I'm almost done here. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Got a little road rage. I'm putting in more questions. Too much caffeine is not good for you. Do you still recommend driving to and from school even if it puts students at risk of drowsy driving? You want to crash? So I'm going to treat you like my niece and nephew. Nephew, you tired? I'll drive. If you're too tired and you're picking up your friends, you're putting yourself and your friends at risk. You know that. You want that real conversation. So if you have 5 hours of sleep, 4 hours of sleep, you're groggy, okay? You're the one that's going to put the car into the ditch. So you got to get your rest. I know I sound like your mom and dad, but treat me like your uncle. Get your rest. If your paper's due, tell your teacher, have your mom send an email. Well, my son is going through a lot. We got a lot of things going on. He needs another 24 hours. He needs another day. Most school teachers be like, sure, no problem. But if you've been lying to the teacher, it's due tomorrow. You suck. Okay? So, your parents are there for you. They'll lobby for you. Okay? If I was teaching English 11, and thank God I'm not. Okay. Most of you would say, he's cool. I'll send you a text. Hey, can I have another day? I'm been really tired and a lot going. No problem. Thank you. You're cool. Okay? I don't know how your teachers are. Should you not should you not blow straight through a drive and take breaks? You got to take a break. Everyone is different. My son drove straight to Texas, 24-hour drive. I'm like, bro, stop. But around Memphis, Tennessee, he got tired. He got in trouble. Speeding. Got pulled over. Anyone can drive 200-300 miles. We're talking over 750, over 800, over 1,000. That gets you a quarter way across the United States. That's a lot of work. We're not talking about driving to Ohio. We're not talking about driving to New York. We're talking about going through Illinois. Okay, we're talking about going through Iowa. We're talking about going to Atlanta, Georgia, where you're going to hit a lot of heavy traffic. So you need to get and take your time. Driving anxiety, you get scared when you get tired. If you're riding in the mountains, that would freak me out. I'm tired and I'm trying not to look down. That's scary. That would give me driving anxiety. So you've got to take one step at a time, gradual exposure. I'm reading some of your questions. You got to get sleep. Talked about how many people can feel fatigue, steps to prevent caffeine. Caffeine is not the only way. Do some research right now. Caffeine is not the only way to keep yourself up. Do some research. What are other ways besides caffeine that will help you stay up? I'm not talking about you need deep sleep. What's something else you can take that's natural? Excuse me. Let me get some water here. You put it in. What are some other things you can do? How about get your rest? I'm sorry, I can't. I only have 5 hours to sleep. I take a Red Bull every morning. Your heart rate is at 3,000. I take a Red Bull after school because I'm falling asleep. You're sleep deprived. And if that's how you're living, you're going to end up crashing out. Take breaks every 100 miles. Thank you. Eye strain is also eye strain. I forgot to mention that. If you're driving at night, driving in the morning is exciting. You're going to hit that rush hour traffic, Ohio, New York, Chicago. Everyone's doing good. You're like, yeah. But right around 3:30, 4 o'clock, you're like, oh my God. Lane to lane, bumper to bumper to bumper to bumper to bumper. People don't care. They're going to cut you off. People don't care. A mama's got to take her kid somewhere. People don't care. There's a police officer. People don't care. Semi-truck driver. So now you're not so happy. And at around 7:30, it gets dark. You get tired. And you still got 9 hours. You won't make it. So you got to over-prepare. I'm just looking, see if you put any more questions. I asked you to find out what else you can do to stay awake besides caffeine. Would sugar help? Sugar does give you energy. Look, do some research, Ben. Okay. I'm not saying have sugar packets with you. Okay. I know eating will give your body energy, and you want to have maybe don't eat heavy. Some nice peanut butter jelly sandwiches. That's old school, bro. My uncle eats that. Bro, I love peanut butter and jelly. Okay. That's good stuff. You won't get hungry. Okay, so certain meals will give you more energy. They stay lighter on your stomach. When you start getting tired and fatigued, you start rubbing your eyes. Be polite, be courteous, dealing with the road rage. Don't respond. If you're being tailgated aggressively, get over to the right. Don't engage. Avoid eye contact. Okay, you're in Iowa, and you got to make it to California. Get out of that person's way. Let them go. Be polite. Don't get out of your vehicle. There's always a bigger fool than you. Don't trigger aggression. Don't cut off others. Leave plenty of room. Keep to the right to pass. Cold water can help you stay awake, especially if you dip it to your face. Yeah, get that little splash. Like this. I got cold water right here. I would like to say a thermos. A cold thermos of cold water and a thermos of coffee. You can mix that up. Get out. You got to find some foods that you like to give you energy. I like that, Olivia. I like that. Okay. Okay. Type in what you learned. Type in what you learned. We talked about road rage. We talked about how to reduce stress. The biggest one for me is just leaving in time. If you know you got to be in New York, let's say you're traveling to Lake Placid, New York. You got to go to upstate New York, and it's a good 9 hours away, and you know there's heavy construction. You need to leave early. You need to plan for construction, detours, accidents, semi trucks. Sometimes police, and I've seen this, police will do a sobriety check. They'll direct you off into an area. They're looking for drivers. Some areas have the flock safety cameras, and I'm reading about this. If you're on your phone, they'll have a digital camera, and if you're just passing through, you're going to get a ticket in the mail. I had a family member who doesn't pay tolls, and if you don't pay your tolls, the car's in your parents' name. Your parents are going to get a letter. You have an unpaid toll. It's $15.50. If it's not paid in 10 days, it's going to double. And your parents are like, you need to pay this. Or mom and dad, I was going to run out of money and my debit card wasn't working. Oh, honey, all you have to, mom, I kept trying to text you. I fell asleep, honey. I'm sorry. Mama, I'm almost on E. Please send me money. Sometimes debit and credit cards don't work. Sometimes the Cash App doesn't work. Sometimes you can demagnetize your card. I mean, this is real life. So I'd rather have cash, a regular debit or credit card, and a little extra secret card for emergencies. You'll find out, what if you have a flat tire? Okay, my parents told me drive the car off the road, find the nearest auto place. Okay, they'll fix your tire. The tire costs $75. It's going to be $50 to put on, really overcharging you. I would pay the money. Let them do it. Okay? Or your car's about to blow up because you don't have any oil. You got to do emergency oil change and flush, $110. You're like, oh my God. Or your exhaust pipe is about to drop off. A new exhaust system costs $500. You're like, whoa. And then you try to find a mechanic in the area who can just cut the pipe, weld it together. That's if you're driving those old bummy cars, and sometimes it's like that. I'm telling you the truth, right? Very true. I've been there before. Or maybe you have two good tires and one of your tires starts shaking and shaking. You're about to have a blowout and you barely get off the road. So you got to look at, can your car even make it? Wheel alignment. If you hit a lot of potholes, your car could drift to the right or drift to the left. Okay. And right now it's warm. It's a freezing and thawing cycle, right? You got a little heat wave going. Okay. And the roads are bad. This is across the country. So if you hit a pothole big enough, it's going to break one of the steel belts in your tire. You're going to be drifting to the right or left. Hey, alignment costs $75. A tire costs $75. Okay? You're at $150. Oh, by the way, you need new windshield wipers. We have those. They're $50. You need an oil change because you didn't stay up on your maintenance. Okay, I'm gonna put I'm gonna give you a call. We're gonna do joinmyquiz.com. We'll do a couple quick quizzes. Time is good, energy is good. See, I'm alert. If I would have had coffee right now, guys, I would be kind of shaky, right? I would be I'm already shiny because I got the light too bright. I would kind of be sweating. I would be like kind of hyped up, like I am in the morning, like, what up? Right? But I didn't have a coffee. It's done. I don't need to be drinking that. If I want to be hyped, I drink that caffeine. I don't need to feel like that. Like, this is downtime. I'm chilled. Okay? Everyone's body's different. I'm just keeping it real with you, man. That's what you want me to do, is keep it real with you. Right? So, I'm going to hit that quizzy. Give me 1 second. And if you got questions, go ahead and put those in. Bye. As long as you met your hours or your time. I don't keep track of students have to make up time. You are big boys, big girls. It's not my job. I don't get an email list. If you're here to do a makeup, you're here. And sometimes the class is like that. So really, I don't even know who's in the class. They'll see your login. They'll check the video. So I don't have to worry. The video's the shepherd, meaning the shepherd watches the flock. Hey, the shepherd watches the flock. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find a real good one. Just taking a look. You can't see it yet. Okay, this is a pretty good one. This is Driving Education Core Unit 4 Study Guide. This is, how many questions is it? I'm not trying to put you to sleep, no pun intended. This is 29 questions, just long enough. Let me hit start. I want to keep the class going, and we still have to look at the gift of life. There are a lot of things you still have to look at, and then you still have to do your questions. I'm going to hit start. And then I'll give you the code. Okay, joinmyquiz.com, joinmyquiz.com. Share. Okay, joinmyquiz.com. 636-576. 636-576. Again, the code. joinmyquiz.com. 636-576. Six three six 576. Also, look, I got like a candy bar here. Have that cold water. Have a candy bar. That's going to give you energy over a longer period of time. You hit that caffeine, boom. You get that sudden energy burst. You're feeling good. You got that blood pumping. You feel a little nervous and jittery. And I don't drink like super strong coffee. You can get some of those Arabica bean coffees, and I just got my Keurig, and I get regular coffee. I got that for Christmas, so that really saves money. And then it doesn't make me real jittery, but if I drink it now, I'm gonna be lit. Like, hey, let's go, right? But I don't need that. Okay. Again, joinmyquiz.com. 636-576. 636-576. Piece of fruit is good too. I like that. Fruit. Apples. But I don't like fruit. That's your fault. 636-576. I always eat fruit. Grab a bag full of grapes, couple apples, get a coffee, couple sandwiches, couple candy bars. Bro, let's go. I'm ready to drive for about 7 hours. Okay, so you're not stopping getting that fast food because that's not going to give you high quality energy. That's going to make you sick, make your stomach bubble up. Then you're going to have to go to the bathroom. So you got to pick stuff that's really going to bring that good energy in. Thank you for that piece of fruit. And that's okay. Well, eating fruit is for old people. Since when? Bananas give you potassium. Okay, a couple crispy apples. Are you kidding? Bruh, like, I'm feeling good. I can eat apples all the time. I should go upstairs and get one now. Okay, again, 636-576. Okay, here we go. Okay, do that right now. We're going to go over it. So we're dealing with a lot of beginning drivers here, and they're trying to learn, and there's so many elements to this. A lot of these students have not driven to New York, have not driven to Chicago, have not driven down to Florida, because what do all of us do if we're seniors, juniors? Spring break, we drive to Myrtle Beach. We drive to California, the Mall of America. So I'm dealing with a group of drivers who only drive home to school, school to a job to a cousin's. Now, they don't have real mapping skills. They don't know how to read a map. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to offend you, but this generation of kids, it's the TikTokification. They all they're doing is sticking a piece of light in their face. They have trouble focusing, they have a short attention span, they fall asleep because I see it every day. I'm an educator. A lot of you hate kids. I can't do what you do. How do you deal with it? Okay? Because some of these kids have social emotional issues. They'll cuss you out. They don't care. Stop talking to me. That's what they say. Stop talking to me. And I'm like, what's going on? Don't like go on rage mode because they feel disrespected. So you got to know how to deal with that social emotional. I'm telling you the truth. A lot of you don't want to hear this. And this is from middle school and on up to high school, early college. And if you do that crap in college, campus security, they're going to come and arrest you. What are you going to do? Attack the professor because you got a C minus and you use AI to write your paper? A lot of these students take shortcuts to learn how to drive, shortcuts to get lost, shortcuts to failure. They don't believe in having an emergency kit, jumper cables, extra windshield washer fluid. You know, I'm not pushing this bar, but this is a good bar. I would have this, 3 or 4 pieces of fruit, some water, coffee. And if I get tired, I'm going to get out of the car and keep it moving. I'm not going to eat junk food that's going to give me a quick boost. And then in a half an hour, I'm like, I got to go use the bathroom. But that's what a lot of these students will do because I'm dealing with students who are under 25. You're like, keep preaching, bro. And if you're a parent listening, auntie or uncle, do your niece and nephew a favor. Cook a real meal. Like cook a real meal. They don't know what that's like. You're going to come to the table. You're going to put down your phone and I want to talk to you. They'll look at you like, what are you saying? I got to put down my phone? Are you crazy? Yeah, put down your phone. You're my niece. You're my nephew. I want to see how your day was. Well, it was good. Can I check my phone? No. Do you realize when I give tests, I make my students put up the phones because all they're going to do is try to take a picture of the test and post it? I'm like, no. Because this generation is tied to their phone. Do you realize I stopped pushing technology? Today and yesterday, today and tomorrow, only 2 days, they've used computers. We've done inquiry, guiding question, supporting question. We're trying to get young people to think. Well, they have AI. They're putting in the wrong prompts. It's incorrect information. I have kids cutting and pasting using stuff from Google Lens. I'm not against technology. I got it on my computer. I don't have time to make your job easier. But at what cost? Okay, Google, YouTube, they know my viewing habits. They know what I like. You guys are watching this live because you want to learn how to drive. You like my personality. I'm going to keep it real with you. A lot of these young drivers, you guys are doing good. Finish up. A lot of these young drivers, their parents have not had them on deep drives yet. Some of their parents don't trust them yet. So we have 18, 19, 25, 27, 30 that don't know how to drive. I've talked to parents before. Yeah, you're right. One parent is a doctor. He's always at the hospital. Other kid, her mother's a nurse. They don't have a time for her to get her license. Are you serious? Your parents don't have a time for you? You only hear one side. I tell you the truth, but a lot of you're like, really? The kids today are different. Some want to put in the work, most don't. Some are looking for the lazy way, most don't. I had a young lady getting ready to take her test. She was trying to sneak out her phone. I'm like, no. Sometimes I make 4 different versions of a test, and all they want to do is copy. I pretend I'm stepping out. They're like, looking. I'm laughing to myself because they don't read. They don't read. Okay? So we're trying to read again. Reading is fundamental. Like, reading? Some kids are 3 grade levels behind. Well, I got a reading disability. Some kids are 3 grade levels behind, and they had to have the test read to them. This is true. I'm not making this up. We're going to be looking at data in a couple minutes. If this intrigues you, you need to be subscribing. You need to be locking in. You need to leave some comments because I'm keeping it real with you. I'm not going to lie to you because I'm very concerned about this next generation. They can't read road signs. They don't know how to get home. One kid, go drive home. He took me around in circles. It was embarrassing. I'm like, let's go back to the school. I felt sorry for him because these kids grow up with these phones, and I saw they don't interact with humans. They interact with phones. And now with AI and deep fakes, you don't know what's real and what's not. I'm real. I'm up in the basement, bro. You hear that echo, right? I'm real. I can edit this. I can put in different graphics. I can be in Hawaii, be in Florida, be in a pool scene. But you should know what is fake and what is not. My dimples in my face, the glasses, my hair, the American flag. But people have short attention spans. And teaching driving is becoming more difficult because it's harder for kids to focus. It's harder for kids to understand directions. Okay, I need you to go north. I need you to go west. They don't know their cardinal directions. I'm an educator. They don't know. They don't know I-75 runs north and south. They don't know I-80. They don't know how to get to New York or Atlanta, Georgia, or California to see Snoop Dogg. They don't know. Literally, they would get lost in their own neighborhood. So it's up to the parents. I believe in helping the community because they're the next generation. So, we got to all put it together. Okay, we're going to go over these answers. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this. We're going to go over these answers. Let's see where we are. Let's see where we are in test. Okay, completion rate is 75%. Class accuracy is 64. That's scary. Let's view the report. I'm looking at data. Let's look at the questions. Okay, how would you use the predict step of the IEPD process while driving in city streets? We're going to read off all your answers. Be prepared to predict the possible points of conflict, take more time to make accurate predictions, act the same as you would on rural roads, divide your attention between several hazards. 6 of you picked take more time. You have to take more time because you're in the city. The correct answer is be prepared to predict possible points of conflict. People walking out in front of you. Instant yellow lights. Pickup trucks pulling out. Next, the best way to avoid conflicts while driving in heavy city traffic, and I'm going to read off all the answers. Turn on cruise control. Turn on your high beam lights. Ignore other drivers. Focus your attention on driving. That's the best way. Ignoring other drivers, you're going to get hit or be hit. Do that in New York, they'll devour you. Do that in Detroit, they'll devour you. Do it in Chicago, Atlanta, Georgia. These big areas are just overwhelming. Turn on cruise control. No. When following another vehicle, you should look at your rearview mirror exclusively, through, over, and around vehicles. At the rear of the vehicle ahead, that's called ground viewing, at the vehicle's brake lights. You want to look through the vehicle. You want to look over the vehicle because some people's brake lights don't work. You want to look around the vehicle. Well, how do you look around the vehicle? You keep space to see around the vehicle. How do you look over the vehicle? You raise up and take a look. Number 4, a high-risk area for sudden stops from other drivers might be near a school, the lanes next to parked vehicles, an intersection with a traffic light, or a rural highway. And all of you missed this, the lanes next to parked cars. So people can always open the door. Downtown Detroit, downtown Chicago, the Bronx in New York. You always have to be ready for people to pop up and pop out. If an oncoming driver crosses into your path of travel, this is going to be a nice little test question. The space that is usually available for you to move is directly in front of you, to the right of your vehicle, to the rear of your vehicle, or to the left. The safest answer is to the right of your vehicle, because that's usually where parked cars are. That's usually where the edge of the road is. Holding your foot over the brake is called riding the brake, slipping the brake, adjusting the brake, or covering the brake. It is called covering the brake. Well, when do I use that? Parking lot, looking for parking spots, a slow speed area. While driving past vehicles parked on the right, you should position your vehicle no less than 8 feet away, at least one car door length away, close enough to prevent a person from opening the door in front of you, or within an arm's length. The best one, and 9 of you picked this, at least one car door away, because people open doors. Number 8, a guide for searching the best driving speeds. Drive just over the posted speed limit. Be the lead driver in traffic, get a ticket. Drive slower than other vehicles, get a ticket. Or drive with the flow of the traffic. You got to drive with the flow of the traffic. When changing lanes, check the blind spot by checking over your shoulder in the direction you're going, signaling your intention early, looking over your left shoulder every time, looking into your rearview mirror. The best answer here is A, checking over your shoulder into the direction you want to go. If you encounter a vehicle headed the wrong way on a one-way street, you should slow down and steer to the left, sound your horn, slow down and steer to the right and sound your horn, shake your fist at the other driver, stop on the shoulder of the road. The correct answer is slow down and steer to the right, sound your horn. What percentage of all miles on the roadway in the United States are considered to be rural? That's a little tricky question. 82%, 50%, 33, or 96. So let's do a process of elimination. 98 is too big. 33 is too small. And according to this, rural roads are about 82%. So that's crazy. So a lot of the United States is still rural areas. There are people with huge areas. Rural roads are all paved, all gravel, constructed of different types of materials, or usually in poor condition. They're constructed of different type of materials. What roadway marking indicates no passing area? Solid white line, solid yellow line, broken white lines or broken yellow lines, a solid yellow line. 9 if you got it right. A crossbuck sign near railroad crossing resembles the letter T, X, L, or O. It is X with an R and an R for railroad. A warning sign for a curve has a curve with red arrows, a curve with black, a curved with black arrows, a round black arrow, or a round red arrow. It's a curved black arrow warning sign. You also have to prepare on your trip. You're going to use more gas than you think. You're going to get more food than you think. You're going to get hungry. An escape path, love this, is the opening of which you can move to. So an escape path, an out. This is why you never should follow cars closely. Brake drastically to avoid hazards, avoid a collision near other vehicles, and escape the problem of modern living, or accelerate to the speed of traffic. Avoid collision with another vehicles. The meaning of divided highway in separate lanes in opposing directions is usually a guardrail or a median. One-way traffic sign, wide concrete strip, or a solid double yellow line. It is a median. At what speed should you pass the vehicle going in the same direction on a 2-lane road within 5 miles an hour? You don't want to speed. You don't want to go over the limit. You want to have at least, you don't want to go 10 miles faster. You identified the vehicle overtaking you as possibly returning to your lane too close. You should stop immediately, slow down, swerve in your lane. You want to slow down and increase your following distance. Last one, expressway collisions lead to more serious than those other types of crashes. Expressways have higher speeds. True. The median strip is present. Expressways have more hazards. Expressways are actually the safest because traffic is moving one way. You take an entrance ramp to get on, an entrance ramp to get off. Type what you learned. You're going to do those questions. Then we're going to see the gift of life. I'm going to have a couple other videos. We'll go over everything. So usually I try to give you an hour up front. I front load the class. That's good teaching. Type in what you learned. You guys hang around. Type what you learned. Type what you learned. I thought this was good. The questions kind of reflect where you are. All right, you got to do the segment 2 60 question quiz. You're going to do this right now. I'll give you 20 minutes. I want to get this done quickly. So you're going to do the segment 2 60 question quiz. I'll give you about 20 minutes. And then I want to go over everything we can. Do the segment 2 60 question quiz. I'll take attendance. You do that. Let's go a little bit deeper. We had a lot of happy Thursday. I really appreciate you. Overall, I do appreciate it. I want to go back through the questions. You want to have extra gas. WD-40 is really good too. Almost forgot about that. That's a workaround for anything squeaky or sticking, right? You always got to have extra gas because most cars, when you get on the expressway, you're going to get 17 to about 24 miles to the gallon. But if you have an older car that is not tuned up properly, it's going to not run good, right? So it's not going to run good. WD-40 is good for frozen locks. It's a lubricant. It's a multi-use lubricant. Now, I do have some out in the garage, but also realize that I haven't driven that 10-year-old car in a while, that 15-year-old car in a while, because I'm an adult. Adult driving car doesn't make you an adult. So what does this mean? I'm able to buy a better car. If I was on a tight budget, I would buy that $1,000 car. Real talk. I would buy a car that I could afford. And that's always the tough question. You want to get a nice car, okay? And I'm going to read to you what my students are driving, okay? I'm going to read to you. Number one, and you tell me which one you like. A 2018 Volkswagen Tiguan, okay? 2018. It's a turbo. A 2016 Jeep Compass. A 2012 Ford Escort. A Honda Accord 2019. A 2020 Honda Odyssey. A 2019 electric Chevy Bolt. A 2020 Honda Passport, and then a 2025 electric Chevy Equinox. These are some of the cars that students are driving. So you have to decide what vehicle fits your budget. And I'm going to bring up something that I think is really going to be valuable to you guys. Just give me a second. And I had to say for you because I think it's really going to help you. Go ahead and put in some questions. I know it's going to help you, and I'm always about helping, man. Real talk. Video. Always, okay. I'm putting information about used cars, and I was trying to give you that perspective. So you got to hold tight 1 second. Because I think with education, and we can use data. Come on, you need this. Is this it? No, I cut and paste that. That's not it. I save everything and I put a date on it. It's not it. And you need to know about cars. And you may not know about cars, but you need to know about cars. This is the actual test. Still here, I'm just looking for this information. Okay, here we go. You're about to learn now. So what I did, I put in the types of cars they have. We got a 2022 Honda Passport. So it's got good front end crash prevention. It's got acceptable headlights. And it's got a 5-star rating from the NHTSA. Number 2 is the Chevy Equinox EV. It's a heavier vehicle. The battery's in the frame of the car. There is some issues with if you hit something and, those things do catch on fire and they go nuclear when they burn. We're talking about the top safety ratings, okay? And I'm going to go over this with you. I may even try to share it with you. I think that'd be helpful too. Okay, I'm going to try to share it with you. So stay with me. Okay, next, the number 4, the Honda Odyssey. Okay, we're going to look at this. It keeps messing with the focus. The Honda Odyssey is a vehicle. This doesn't look real good. Sorry about that. It keeps changing. The Honda Odyssey is another vehicle that's pretty safe. It's good in all crash tests, 5-star rating. The Honda Accord, it's the top safety pick. Mid-range, the Chevy Bolt EV. Now, this is what surprised me, the 2018 Volkswagen Tiguan. It does have rollover potential. Front crash is acceptable. Lower, 2016 Jeep Compass. Parents, if you're listening, students, if you're listening, or if this is getting to people who are trying to look at cars, you got to make some safety decisions, right? Headlights are poor. There's no front crash prevention available in 2016. It's got a 4-star rating. The best is 5-star. Significantly weaker crash protection than other cars on the list. The Ford Escape. I have a student driving a 2012 Ford Escape. Marginal. No safety, no advanced safety tech standard. 4-star. Older design with poor crash performance compared to newer models. I don't want to tell my student this, so you're getting like secret information. Don't mess with those older Fords. Ford, I'm just being real. Don't be mad at me. I added some more in. Real Carfax. Structural integrity. How well the cabin holds up in a crash. Scenario. One of my students said they swerved into a mailbox. A deer came out. And if this brings any value, give it a thumbs up. Come on. Give it a thumbs up. Okay, we're trying to get this out to people who really want to learn, and I think that's you. So you got to give us the thumbs up. So one student said a deer came out, they swerved and went in the ditch. First, I'm like, you're stupid. You're going to go into a ditch, you still can flip your car over and get crushed. So electronic stability control, that will, to prevent, it didn't say stop, to prevent a swerve. And then I add in a Tesla. One of my students drives one. Tesla, they are low center of gravity, very strong rigid frames. They have very good headlights. The Odyssey, the Accord, the Tiguan, the Bolt all have ESC, moderate to good overlap with the frame. The worst is the Ford Escape and the 2016 Compass. Again, I'm giving you secret information. I did not want to tell my students this for fear that they would fall apart. But you getting it. Number 2, animal avoidance, lost of control, deer. Didn't want to hit the deer, so we ended up in a ditch. Stop right there. I didn't teach them this. So responsive AEB with pedestrian animal protection. These are extra features. How they stack up Teslas, number 1. The Kia Caravelle, hopefully I'm saying it right, number 2. Passport's number 3. Mix, the Odyssey, the Accord, the Tiguan. Worse, the Compass, the 2016 Compass, and the 2012 Escape. So parents, if you're listening and you're giving a kid one of these old cars, you're giving them an old death trap. You're like, really? I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to put my son or daughter in one of those. What are they driving? Daughter's driving a 2021 Jeep Limited. Son's driving a 2018 Charger. Got that full frame in there. Not the not the Scat Pack, not the Hellcat, the GT. All-wheel drive, 400 horsepower. That's just enough for him to get in trouble. Trust me. How they stack up. Tesla's the best. Odyssey, Accord, Bolt, Equinox, good. The risky is the Tiguan. I thought a Volkswagen Tiguan would be better, but it's got rollover potential. The worst is the 2016 Compass, poor small overlap. The 2012 Escape, poor structure. high risk of intrusion. So if you hit something, something's going to come inside the car and pierce you. Let's keep going. Rear end collisions, bus, car rear end. Another scenario, a bus rear ended a truck. We got rear ended at the end of the highway. This is what my students told me. I'm not saying this. This is what my students told me. So I put this into my custom generator. I put in the types of cars, and then it gave me the risk numbers. So if you want more, you need to subscribe and follow. And then I'm going to keep extending this list. As long as I teach driver's ed, the list is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I will do a different screen share, but I wanted to read some of this to you just to get you intrigued. Rear end collisions, the bus, okay, key safety notes, good head restraint. When you get hit, your head will go back. The Tesla is the best because of the high seats. The 2022, and if you got a car, you tell me, I'll type it in. So tell me the type of car you are driving. Okay? Tell me the type of car you're driving. Okay, so say about 15 minutes. I want to show you the video, The Gift of Life. There are a couple other videos I need to show you that will prepare you for your segment 2 test. So keep working. High rear end collisions. The good are the TIG one. Okay, what island are you from? What island are you from? Come on, tell me. What type of car are you driving? Right? People are cracking jokes, but what type of car are you driving? Yeah, they do some crazy stuff. Anyway, we're talking real stuff here. Side impact, T-bone collision. Scenario, car got T-bone. So if you run a light, oh, he's talking about, oh, okay. I drive a golf cart. Anyway, let me stay focused. The Tesla is the safest. The Honda Odyssey Passport. Tesla's number 1. The Caravelle is number 2. The Passport's number 3. The Odyssey's number 4. Now I want to move this forward. I don't know how to use the turnabout lane and got hit by a car. Some of these kids aren't trained. Parents, you're hearing what students put in. And if you're a parent, you're like, how can I get in contact with you? Information's in the link in the description. Okay? I'm able to do seminars, do orientations, and that's my goal. That's my goal because I won't be doing this forever. I'm trying to be on to something else before 2032. It's 2026. So I'm desperately trying to network and find people. I have more no's than yes. Okay? So let's keep going. Low speed, parking lot, confusion, crash. The Tesla's number 1. The Caravelle is number 2. The Equinox is number 3. Good are the Passport and the Honda Odyssey, the Accord. No assistance, the Tiguan, optional, the Compass, the Ford Escape. I do have a safety matrix. I do a lot of data. I'm not going to go through that and bore it with you. But what I did do is put in some other information. Bottom line, for the broadest protection across all the accident types you group described, a modern vehicle with the top IIHS crash scores and standard advanced driving assistant features like EAB is essential. The Tesla 2025 Kia Caravelle, the 2022 Honda Passport are the strongest all-around choices. The 2016 Jeep Compass and 2012 Ford Escape are significantly higher risk. Don't mess with those. I'm not hating. Now, for fun, I want to talk about the Impala because I train with the Impala. And I believe this is a 2015 four-door. In addition to the 2015 Impala four-door sedan to the analysis, this is an important addition because it represents a full-size traditional American sedan, nearly a decade, which has interesting safety trade-offs. So I'm not bashing foreign cars. I want you to know this right now. I love the Audis. Okay. I love some of the um, other foreign vehicles. Okay. But let's talk about this. Here is how the 2015 Impala fits into the rank based on the IIHS/NHTSA data and how well it will perform. So I grouped this information. If you just logged in, we're talking about crash test results. We're talking about cars that young drivers drive. So I'm really trying to give you some good information. If you're a parent or if you're an uncle and auntie, like, I don't want you driving that car. I'm going to get you a better car. So you need to listen right now. And then I'll re-edit this, and then I'll do a screen share so when we go live, you can look at this. But I'm just reading from the list and put your questions in. Okay? So the 2015 Impala snapshot. It's a top safety pick from 2015. It's 2026. It's more than 10 years old. It's 11. Small overlap and a crash for side doors. So if you get hit, it's going to have that steel construction. A moderate overlap in frontal crash. Side is good. Roof strength is good. I like that. I'm not saying we're going to get flipped over. You never know. Head restraint and seats are good. So we won't have whiplash. Frontal crash protection, basic or advanced options with certain trims. I don't know if this car has that. I'm a little nervous. Headlights are poor. I don't like that because when it gets dark, beginner drivers freak out. And you can see the fear. Next, there's a driver confidence package, not standard. So that could have been an upgrade. I don't know what model this is. I'll need to look at the owner's manual and find out. Headlights are poor. A major reason it didn't get a top safety pick, but you can always buy. You can go to an auto parts store, tell them what type of headlights you have. Those can be modified if you're really trying to save money and upgrade headlights. Okay. Our car accident by type, it has good. If you hit a mailbox or go into the ditch, it has fair to poor with a frontal warning collision braking system. It doesn't have it. So if you're too close and someone stops, you're going to rear end the car. Some of these cars will stop automatically. Okay. AEB. Performance is good. The Impala strength earns a good frontal crash test. It's a heavy sedan. It's 3,800 pounds. It has a good crash energy management system. I like that. Rear end collisions is pretty good. I like that. It's got the head and restraint to reduce whiplash. Side impact T-bones is good. IIHS side impact is good. However, against very tall, heavy vehicles like a school bus, you're done. Low speed parking is poor unless specifically equipped. Overall summary, the impact is a safety paradox. It has excellent structural crash integrity for its era. So like LeBron's going to retire soon. He's a big old tank, but he's slowing down. But he's in the best shape in the league, but he's slowing down. LeBron, we love you. We love you. But lacks standard and proactive safety technology that defines modern top safety vehicles. But it's still a good vehicle. Those OG Impalas are still around, man. Its strengths, it will likely protect its occupants well in an actual crash. Its weakness is poorly equipped to avoid crashes in the first place. Lack of standard AEB, poor headlights. The final placement, it's above the 2018 Tiguan. That's crazy. Due to the Tiguan's marginal safety overlaps, but it's below the Honda Accord. I wouldn't fit in the Honda Accord. I'm too big. I know I would die in a Honda Accord. Overall ratings, safest to least. Number 1 is the Tesla Model 3 and Model Y. Top across all categories, low center of gravity. Number 2, 2025 Kia Caravel, top tier, moderate minivan. Number 3, the 2022 Honda Passport, top tier, moderate SUV. 2025 Chevy Equinox EV, top tier. Number 5, 2020 Honda Odyssey, excellent crash score, top tech optional. Number 6, the 2019 Honda Accord, excellent crash scores for a car. The 2019 Chevy Bolt, excellent crash structure. Small size is a drawback. I won't get in a small car. The 2015 Impala, strong crash structure, missing avoidance technology. That's number 8. So a car that's more than a decade old is number 8. So that shows you that Impala is still good. 2018 Tiguan, specified structure weakness, marginal small overlap. Number 10, the 2016 Jeep Compass, poor structural crash test. The 2012 Ford Escape, outdated safety design. Is it a safe car in a crash from a decade ago? Particularly for the frontal crash and side impact. However, for avoidance scenarios, you group deer distraction, low speed mistakes. It is not well equipped unless it has a specific optional package. That is rare. So this car probably does not have that package. A driver in a 2015 Impala would be relying much more on their own skill. That's scary because these drivers don't have skills. I'm not trying to clock people's tea. Just telling you the truth. To avoid an accident, the driver in a newer car with standard equipment and emergency braking. I need you guys to type what you learned. This is a great session. I want to say thank you. Please subscribe. Please follow. Leave comments. Bye, guys.